Hello everyone, I'm Buhari and I'm here to present to you a framework on brainstorming. So, what is brainstorming and why is it important and why do we use it? Brainstorming is a creative group activity used to produce an idea for innovation or a way of solving a problem by holding a spontaneous group discussion. In brainstorming, everyone has an idea, imagination as well as the ability to think and be creative. However, most of us have grown up and we have been encouraged to leave our creativity behind and think analytically. As adults, we accept things given to us by our superiors and become fearful of being criticized for having new thoughts that don't fit to everyday norm. What are the advantages of brainstorming? First one is that many ideas can be generated within a short period of time. Everyone is allowed to say what they think is important to the topic of discussion, and it also requires few material resources. Another advantage is that the results can be used immediately or for possible use in other projects. So what are the disadvantages of brainstorming? One is that it may not be useful for some businesses or international cultures. Shy and quiet people can have difficulties in participating, and it also requires dedication to quantity rather than quality. So what are the rules for a successful brainstorming? One is to determine your objective. Understand why you are brainstorming and what you want the outcome to be. Secondly is to establish rules and stick to them. For example, no judging of ideas during brainstorming. And thirdly is to set goals or limits. The limits or parameters for a brainstorming session can relate to the duration of the session or the number of ideas you want to collect. Another rule is that quantity counts when brainstorming. So it's always better to be able to choose from a wide range of ideas or more generated during brainstorming session rather than just a handful of few. And also, no judging of ideas. So collect as many ideas as possible, then you do the analytical thinking later. So what are the procedures for effective brainstorming? Firstly is to decide on the topic of discussion, set time limit, have a brainstorming tools like computers, sketchboard, tape recorder, pen, and also, which is very important, choose a facilitator. The fifth rule is to analyze all ideas and decide on the best. So what are the brainstorming techniques? You have the individual brainstorming, which is often more effective for generating ideas than normal group problem solving. And we also have the group brainstorming, which requires a cross-section of experienced individuals, which can make the session more effective by contributing ideas to the topic of discussion. In conclusion, I will say brainstorming work as a group to define a problem through creative thinking. It also requires good leadership qualities to conduct the session, and it must be firm in ensuring ground rules are followed. So, an example of a real-life situation where brainstorming was used, it involves, this happens during my final year project, where we were asked to develop a manual utilization plan. The group comprises of 5 students, and we came up with ideas that can be used for manual utilization. First of all, it can be used to produce energy, for example, biogas or biofuel. And secondly, it can be used as a crop nutrient utilization potential. It can also be used as a solid manure for bedding. Another useful manual utilization is that it can be used as an organic matter, and also it can be used as a fiber. For example, building materials, sculptures, papers. Thank you so much for listening.